keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speaker can't. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. 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 Going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my speaker can't blow. I'll keep going 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 till my speaker can't blow.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. It's life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll, Lex account a blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. It's life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. The way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, Kidia, and 1xBet.
Welcome to ESL Challenger League Season 50. It's the European region, it's the second cup. I am Waxen, joined by several sheep with an upcoming exciting best of 3 rematch on our way between OG and BC.Game. Sheep, what are we looking forward to today?
Well, it's a rematch of the game that we had in the ESL Cup 1, and throughout that match, we'll touch on that a little bit later, but that match did get won by OG. OG is looking very, very strong and looking to solidify their major hopes. This tournament will, of course, be a part of that as well, and I think they're going to be looking to make a bit of a deeper run than they did in the Cup 1. And, well, of course, the other team, the BC.Game side, well, there's some shine on there, isn't it, Wax?
Absolutely, we know what it is, and it's obviously also the same person that will be the Kidia player to watch. It is none other than Simple, arguably the greatest player of all time, definitely the greatest of CSGO, now making his way through the circuit with this new roster of BC.Game, trying to make a statement, and, stat-wise, I guess you can say he did, even in that first match between them a couple of weeks ago, where BC.Game was on the losing end of it. Simple still had some crazy stats, Sheep, but it was not quite enough, was it?
No, it wasn't, and I'm also very much going to look forward to how the Riflers are going to perform within that team, of course, as well. But just to highlight back, Simple, he has found his consistency, and that's something that I'm very happy with. Something that you did see when, he was having these stand-in stints with Falcons, with FaZe. There were these highlights. There was all these highlights. Oh, the old Simple is back, and then he'd disappear for 5 or 6 rounds again. Namely, if you look back at the major, some whiffs on top middle Mirage. But as we have seen in this stint of BC.Game, the first couple of matches were still a bit hit or miss. But from, I think, 10 matches in, he has found some great consistency. Pretty much always there at the top of the leaderboard. Sometimes edged out by Prime Taps, who I'm going to keep an extra eye on as well. And so should you back at home. But yeah, this BC.Game team, it has a lot of potential. Of course, they're not fighting for the major anymore, whilst OG very much is. But let's have these stats that I yapped about pop up
the
on the
Kidia
screen.
player to watch, Simple. Show us what he's got up until this moment. Of course, the one and only. Of course, that's definitely him in his Halloween costume on the right side of your screen. He is most likely going to put up a good performance no matter the result. But I have to say, right, looking at the maps, it's been 2 weeks, and 2 of those maps were very one-sided, Sheep, right? The last confrontation between these two was very interesting. Mirage went 13-4 for BC.Game, and then the deciding ovation were 13-6 for OG. That kind of makes me believe that we will get at least one of them two potentially banned out?
I will have to wait and see what the veto says. I do think OG have, for now, a bit of a better map pool, as Crizzen just has a bit more control over his players in that sense. And, their style, it's not that weak on any of the other maps. Here are the scores that you talked about.
A Nuke in the middle.
Yeah, Nuke in the middle, 13-11. I do think we'll see Nuke again because OG
100%.
schooled big earlier today on Nuke. And OG also as a team, I have a feeling as soon as they get to a third map, that's where they do their best work. All right, so many series that you have seen are close. Lose one map, win one map, one maybe a bit closer, they get stomped in one. As soon as it goes to a third, OG can put on the afterburners. And they have so much more power there that I'm still very, very impressed. And for now, I think I'm pretty sure they are locked in for the major already. So hopefully they can stay in that spot because, of course, we still have a month of Counter-Strike left.
What would you say is a standout player for, individual-wise for the side of OG Sheep?
well, we're going to see some fireworks through those long guns. Nikodos has been great for OG. As soon as I saw them pick up Nikodos, what was it? I think like 7-8 months back, it was already set in stone. Okay, Mirage
No better
first. We got the same maps, just a different order. So Nuke will be the final one. Well, this is teed up very nicely to be another 3-mapper. One thing though, do you think that BC.Game have enough at this point?
No. I want them to. Like, I believe in them. I do think, you know, the better storyline for everybody at home and for ourselves, of course, would be them winning. But they haven't shown that so far, I would say, at least not in the last couple of games. Even looking at the most recent ones, you know, they had a 2-0 victory over Sashi, obviously, to get themselves to this point. But you mentioned OG. As recent as, 40 minutes ago, they played big and won in a 2-1 fashion with a dominating Nuke. And yes, we might get BC.Game win Mirage, but if it gets to that map 3, I'm not too certain BC.Game has what it takes to take it.
I mean, yeah, it's Nuke again. We have seen in the past. I'm pretty sure this was. Let me get that accuracy in there. It was about a week after the 2 new players got added for OG, Adam B and Erls Doce, that they faced each other in a different tournament as well. BC.Game managed to take a 2-0. So it's not at all inconceivable that BC.Game can beat this OG lineup. Of course, OG have been able to warm up just fine against the cannon fodder that is the big team at this point. But it was an overtime, very close overtime on Nuke. So that map was a lot closer, or even closer than the 13-11 we had in the ESL Cup. And it was a very close match on Mirage. So both teams on both opponents' map picks have gotten closer to this sort of equilibrium of, well, if in layman's terms, a coin flip of a map to see who decides to take this. OG have looked really good in these past couple of weeks, so I'm going to say OG take this in 3.
Interesting, yeah. I think that's fair enough. I think that is the highest possible outcome, the most likely outcome, I would say. At the same time, what does BC.Game need to win this? Well, I think you are correct when mentioning Prime Taps, because he is one of these players that younger to the pro scene, but he's 24 years of age, so he should have a bit of experience, been playing at a decent, arguably tier 4 level for a few years now. But on that last encounter between these two, that last face-to-face, he was nowhere to be seen. He was the lowest player on the map, with -16, 22 kills over 3 maps. Not a good look for him. So we want him to step into that role and, you know, join Kakanito in that top fragger position to put his team on the map and, you know, match the firepower that at least 4 of the OG players do have. Because yes, you did mention Nikodos and Erls Doce, but, you know, Christian and Adam B, they're also very, very potent aimers as well.
Yeah, Krisen is next up generation fragging IGL. I've sung my praises of Krisen on pretty much every broadcast that I've had him on. In the past, I've followed Mouse and XD as closely as anyone could, and was like, that was the 2-year stint that Krisen had in that team, and that was something where I really, really fell in love with how he plays. And I mean, my prediction still stands. I've said this 2.5 years ago. Krisen is going to win a major at some point in his career. Will that be with OG? I'm unsure, but I know in the future that man will be on the top step soon. Oh, soon. Somewhere in the future. I just trust it because he's so young and so good already. That I do think he can deliver those results.
Well, he's up next, and so is the pistol round. Map 1 on the way, when we will have BC.Game starting on the T side.
Got Andu sent forward, increased his quota a bit with his great performance at Copenhagen Wolves for a stint. Let's see, Spook on the long range. Does get the first, but there are some entries into this bomb site.
Andrew has a great position already going towards market, but that's all kills going towards the T side, and now Nikolos needs to find one. That's a P2000 on his hand, finding the head, beginning this retake attempt. 2 versus 3, still a player disadvantage. Nice swing. Nexa gets out. Arrows will get the trade right away with the duelies, and he now needs to get on top of this player. He knows the positioning, but he's not getting... the chance is coming, but Kakanito will clutch the 1 versus 1, and BC.Game. That was the most classic B-Rush I think I've seen in a long time.
It was the standard setup. Great util, by the way. That deserves to be a shout out. Everything did what it was supposed to do. Sometimes you see a couple of flashbangs fill, and usually that ends in 1 or 2 kills for the CTs. But they got in quite deep, managed to neutralize the player close to the window, and put OG's backs against the wall. Well, that was just okay. But should be just fine. Not a full investment here. A deagle on Eros Doce as he got 2 kills, so it won't cost him too much. And a minimal effect of the new economy, that you can be a bit more comfortable buying pistols in this second round. I mean, it's been settled a bit. What do you think about the $50 kill reward on the CT side?
I think we needed a change, right? I think it's still too early to kind of call it. I actually think we need a bigger sample size. We need maybe a few tier 1s events to see how, you know, things unfold and how much it impacts for the better, right? Yeah. What about you? Do you have more clear thoughts than I do?
I'm pretty happy with it. It's because there were a lot of talks about changing, Sponge mentioned it, changing the price of the diffuse kit, which would then have sort of a double effect. It would make it a bit easier to keep the money up. It would prompt at least a couple more situations where CTs would then be able to go for retakes. So that would be kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. At this point, I do think the recent change now mostly causes teams to go for more exit frags than previous. Yeah. So we don't see these full all the way in the backline saves as much as we're seeing here right now with a perfect unicorn round. Well, nearly perfect. Some bomb damage as that radius has changed as well, but yeah, we keep all 10 alive. A very quiet round there in round 2.
No AWP money for either side, obviously, of course. We will have to wait. Maybe BC.Game in the next couple. Andu wants to farm some kills with the MAC-10. He was unable to do so previously. Maybe in this round, but it's going to be way harder versus M4A1s to potentially draw. Oh, actually, Nexa has a MAC-10 as well. So huge gun disadvantage right now for the T's.
Going for a bit of a bonus round. You know, if these MAC-10s can get a round win, then you're in a good position for the upcoming couple. But if you lose this, you know, usually the bonus round would facilitate like 1, maybe 2 more guaranteed full buys. At this point in CS, it's more like barely 1 full buy, right? Often you see some type of bonus round like this, and some players are still forced onto Galil's. But no deaths in the previous round. They should be good for now.
Slow approach here. Very slow, actually. But I think this is what you want. You want the CTs to use all the utility they have. There's still a few smokes available, as we see Adam B jumping out. Will spot ahead, but will get tagged on the way out. Nikolos has the opportunity, and that's going to be a nice spray down to take out Zaza. Adam B, shoulder peeking. Misses the cross. Kakani gets caught while falling down the stairs. And now the MAC-10 long range gets a headshot, but obviously will not be sufficient to get the kill. Arrows Doce, very nice. Will spot at Andu. No chance for him. And flawless from the CTs. That was a bit of a tragic round here for BC.Game, I gotta say.
What a cleanup. Lots of util thrown towards middle from BC.Game, which, yes, it did take the attention of OG away. As you can see, a couple of smokes landed there, but maybe a smoke towards CT and jungle would have done a bit better in this scenario, as I think BC.Game kind of underestimated how willing OG would be to take these fights. But that's going to be, well, hopefully a lesson learned for BC.Game, as the AK is now ready to storm middle. Bit of conditioning happening, and you already see some players rotate, thinking, especially looking at Nikodos and Spook, thinking that, hey, it might be another A attack. So some minimal results out of the previous round.
But OG, you know, had back-to-back. I think the last time any of them died was during the pistol rounds, right? So the money won't be that great here for BC.Game in the coming rounds, whereas OG, well, they're stat padding. That's what they're doing right now.
Well, in terms of stat padding, there was a pretty big gap between the next one and Simple at the top of the current 3.0 HLTV stats. It hasn't cost Simple that much in terms of rating.
Doesn't surprise me, does it? Does it surprise you?
No, absolutely not. Is Kristen gonna go through this?
I think so. He seemed to be waiting for a flash from someone, but it's coming. There's no flash. He's just dry walk, okay? Nope, okay, he thought he walked through. A bit of a mistake there. But, oh my god, they swap places now. Chris is going to have the perfect timing walking in. Gets the first one, sprayed on the second. That doesn't work quite the way he wanted to. And now Nikodos on short will not connect to any bullets. And we now have isolated. Adam B has to get a double kill. Stays alive. 1 versus 2 onside. Gets the headshot from Kakanito onto himself. And that's going to be BC.Game. I mean, if I say Krisen lost him the round, is that an overstatement?
I think so. It was probably how...
It is not.
Well, maybe. If you get 2 there, of course, you're in a way better position. But the fight towards Connector there was very ugly from both sides. Either way. But... yeah, Krisen could have done a bit more there. Committing to the spray is always a bit dangerous in such a scenario. Could have waited a bit longer. But he felt the pressure of a dissipating smoke looming behind him. Ersdottir is going to get a nice surprise. Let's see how well he holds on to this bomb site.
Spray down from Ersdottir. That's going to be a great opening, but he might get overwhelmed by numbers here. Prime Taps spots him, tries to connect. He's still alive. Ersdottir is standing his ground, buying a lot of time. Yes, doesn't find another kill, but look at Nikodos. Already inside, he's not alone. That molly lands on top of side for some reason. That's a beautiful headshot, but a lot of kills happening through the smokes.
What a shot from Simple there to get the headshot onto Nikodos. Flank from Adam B. That's going to be the winning condition on this OG side. Simple is reading it, though. Of course he is. And all of a sudden, you see the OG players pipe down a bit. As Jesus, these shots are just spot on. I was hoping he'd get Chris in there as well, but a 1 versus 2 now. Here's this bomb go down. Oh, it's a gap.
Oh, next I wasn't even looking that way. That was a good opportunity for Krisen to find a kill, but in the end, it ends up falling, losing the round, and now the economy of OG means that they will most likely have to partially buy it, just no full investment, because, well, they're poor.
Oh, beautiful shot onto short. And BC.Game looking to make it a bit more like the ESL Cup matchup here on Mirage. Looking for some good shots. That's a deagle dink.
Slow. There is a CZ on Adam B, by the way.
Love it.
I love it as well, but I think, you know, the general consensus is that it's not in, you know, the best point of the meta, is it?
I don't think I have used the CZ in a serious capacity for about 6
decades.
It's been a while. Also, especially now with the buy system since CS2, right? If you don't have it equipped, you kind of forget it exists when you're playing CS. And I think it's also caused a bit of a downturn in the amount of P90s you see in matchmaking, that new system. But it's always fun, especially in these pro matches when you see a funky weapon be bought, you know it wasn't, like, it's premeditated. Like, you have to, before the game, have to select it like, yes, I want to have a CZ in my inventory. Or in my loadout, rather.
Oh, Arosdochi gets a kill. I was about to say, you can't say he played the meme game with his friends, because he just played a professional game before this. Look at that molly, by the way, burning away at BC.Game. A couple of deagle shots here, even to the chest, might find a couple of kills, as Kakanito and Nex are very, very low. Oh, Nikodos gets the nice
They're
one
so
tap.
stuck.
They're at 14 seconds. The Deagles are winning the duel. BC.Game, they're jumping in the target, and Simple has abandoned the ship. Is like, yeah, guys, this was anything but a tier 1 approach, and I'm just gonna do the right thing and not feed my AK-47, as we've already given away 4 to the pistols.
Going for a slow, duel-heavy attack through the B halls in a full buy, that raises some question marks. Well, some question marks. One giant question mark, actually.
Many of them.
Credit where it's due. The positioning from OG here, especially with 2 players, right? Spook doesn't even really need to do anything. But even if one of the OG players goes down, even if Nikodos gets filed down there by Nexa, still, you'd have Spook there, which they'd probably not account for. So, setup was pretty damn spot on. And of course, OG, one thing that deserves to be said in terms of their strats and in terms of the evolution that, well, especially Krisen has had, they got kind of schooled in the second stage of the major, of last major. Right? They were getting roasted by the casters. They were overreacting to certain plays. Pretty much every commitment was a full commitment. Very little information play, or counting on too little information to go for full rotate. That is something that has been some very valuable lessons. OG have done it a lot less, and the only real couple of losses that OG have had significant mistakes from them, right? So if they mess up, then yeah, they can still lose, but that's of course with most teams. Not anything new there.
What do you think BC.Game keeps on prioritizing this B-bomb site? Because, like, even now, like, they got slowed down by a molly and an HE, which thankfully for them didn't really deal that much damage. But out of 7 rounds, they went there, what, 3, 4 rounds, including pistols? And I guess they're winning 4-2, but they've also lost quite badly a couple of times.
Well, it is relatively common for, in the previous Deagle round to stack more over towards the A-bomb side. It's a bit of a double bluff scenario. But as of yet, it's I don't think they've prioritized it much wrongly, right? Of course, now if that Molotov and nade doesn't happen in the B apartments, I think they will just full rush, because Tech 9s and Mech 10.
I love that from Nexa, by the way. He dropped the smoke, he fell back while shifting, and then went back to pick up the smoke and throw it. And it was definitely a next level sound cue. I don't know what he thought the CTs might hear there, but Nexa's gonna get out with a Tech 9, and they are on top of side. They don't have a smoke for CT just yet. The bomb's being dropped, but Spooky is there in time. Ooh, can he connect? Okay, finds the first kill. The bomb has not been planted. Adam B doubles up, and that's a team kill coming from Adam B. Cannot control the second one, and a lot of kills are going in the favor of OG, as Kakanito, he wanted to play for the post plant. The bomb never went down, so he will just have to save the Galil.
Once again, a pretty good abuse of the lack of utility on the side of BC.Game, right? For those fights into CT, there's like 2 flashbangs and a smoke missing. I'm seeing now Simple did have those flashbangs, but he wasn't out of the apartment or out of the palace just yet. And that made it a bit more difficult to actually clear that CT side. So quick responses from OG. I'm wondering if BC.Game will find the confidence to throw in some more serious fakes to try and bait out those old demons in the OG calling. But for now, OG, I really thought BC.Game were going to be running away with it. That Deagle round changed a lot of the momentum in this first half, and BC.Game are pretty much gone now.
Nikodos playing anti-flash, holding Stewart, gets the kill, Spooky covering up nicely for him, and that's all. Kill galore. Up top mid, yeah, it was mostly an eco other than the Galil from Kakanito, but oh man, they're becoming more and more confident, Sheep, and I have to say, when are we gonna get the AWP for Simple?
Still not out yet. No money built up for it. D-side, yeah. I mean, we still haven't seen it on the CT side yet.
That is true. But OG's playing so up in their face, like they're fighting out, they're swinging out mid, they're swinging out short, and it's not the first time. Yeah, you could say, oh, they did it because they had an eco, but oh, that's missed smoke.
Well, that hasn't been fixed yet. Not the first time in recent weeks that BC.Game missed that middle smoke.
Good kill from Andu. That's nice double opening. It's a triple kill for Andu, and now Kakanito switches to Tech 9 and punishes Adam B. But Andu putting the team on his shoulder, saying we need to win a round, guys. And Aaron's dodge. Hello? Okay, never mind. It's gonna be a very, very impeccable round for BC.Game. Andu, the only one dying, but hey, after getting that triple opening, he was 1 in 7. So you know, at the first round, he actually had some impact. To be fair.
That's a massive triple kill.
Aim map.
All headshots. I don't know how serious I should take it, but as soon as they signed Simple, BC.Game on Twitter were like announcing time and time again, like, oh, who should we sign as our new rifler? This and that. I don't know how serious those tweets actually were. But there were so many. I think at some point...
Be honest with me. As a social media manager, do you think you've got any insight in the team, like the managing direction? Be real to me.
No,
exactly.
From experience, very little. But it was a lot of tweets about signing a new rifler, right? And then all of those rumors kind of died down, right? You didn't see the guys on Twitter that usually leak all that stuff. You didn't see them going. And I think they have found comfort with this current lineup. Although I do think after the next major cycle, some changes will happen if certain riflers come onto the market. But we'll have to wait and see. It's a discussion for maybe map 2 that we can have.
Okay, this is going to be a hell of a discussion with you right now. This time the smoke landed. And previous round, we were like, oh, the smoke missed, unbelievable. And then Andu got a tricky. Was there any chance in the world that was the plan?
No way in hell.
Because you force the CTs to be overconfident and swing because there's no smoke.
Yeah, but that's never the case. There was some fun interviews with Alexi B where sometimes they're playing CT side and then a T side smoke gets missed. And it's just him and his internal dialogue going, is this like a big brain strat or is this just a missed smoke? And he gets all paranoid about it. Adam B is in quite a good position here. If he hits the shots though.
Oh, nice headshot, even getting the second tap before falling in the end. But now, look at the HP disadvantage. Nexa dies to the AWP. Now, Simple and Kakanito have a total of 16 HP combined. And I don't know if they're rushing B or saving. I think like they're shifting in T-base. So this is most likely a save.
Yeah, I don't really consider this a likely round win. They don't want to lose their AK. His money still not there. Had they won this round, op money would have been there, but the op from Nikodos, first round, first kill, looking pretty damn good for this OG lineup. It's been a lot of back and forth thus far in this map one. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, so am I. I mean, I would say not the most. Oh, okay. Simple has $700 roonies. Thoughts?
I think they could drop an AK. Yeah, they have dropped an AK. I don't know. I'd love to prioritize Simple on an AWP slightly more. He's doing great on the AK thus far, but the lack of head armor for this round makes him a lot more vulnerable to the 3 M4s that are there. A bit more pace. I like this. Nikodos' scope must have been heard You've got Kakanito and Simple both on that right side of middle. And they're going to start mowing down the opposition. Ikados gets away with one.
Well, that's why you pick an AWP up for your upper, no? To counter the opponent upper? Anyway, Nikodos will get caught. Lots of mollies here on Christian, but the smoke will keep himself alive. And now look at Arrow's dodge. This might be a perfect timing. He's walking up short. Can he spot anything? He's jumping up. That was a mistake. No, undo! What just happened? Probably a scroll wheel swap, and now Prime Taps is alone. He was the surprise element, but the bomb is dropped. The teammate's dead, and Prime Taps can't find anything as what we just witnessed on our camera. Shout out to our observer, by the way. It was, what's the best word for it, Sheep? Atrocious, maybe?
It was a pretty big whiff. That whiff could power some wind energy, a wind turbine for a good couple of ages. That was Andu pretty much throwing the round. Well, I'd say throwing the round. Krisen was still in window. He would have been able to get the trade without exposing himself too much to lower. So, yeah, it is a pretty big whiff, but I don't know if it would have guaranteed the round win. Looks a bit ugly, but in the grand scheme of things, it isn't that terrible.
I think him getting a kill there then forces Adam B to start rotating, which maybe enables Prime Taps to get the kill onto him. I mean, I know there's, again, a lot of question marks of what would have happened. But you know what I would love to? I would love to be there for like about 20 seconds on the Discord just to hear, you know, what the conversation is right now.
It's probably pretty damn serious, I'd say. Well, it's the last round of the half. Nothing's decided just yet. And BC.Game's the CT side have been very strong on Mirage.
I mean, the score would have been completely different if BC.Game wouldn't have lost that round versus Pistols when they got, stuck in B.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We'd probably look at an 8-2, 8-3 scoreline at this point. But...
oh, that HE Nexa.
Again on Nexa,
a little bit. Yeah, chewed a little bit of it before it exploded. And now Kakanito might have a bit of a timing here. Oh, Tech9 versus AWP. Okay, he got the kill. It wasn't pretty. And now, oh, Simple versus... oh, they're boosting on top of each other.
What? Okay.
That's the bomb, by the way. Adam B, fighting long range, loses the duel. Andu with the AWP will get the kill, and that's going to be player advantage for the side of BC.Game.
Still a bit afraid to pick up the bomb. Spook's still in a great position to hold taps on this A bomb side. That's a great shot. Now they're going to have to deal with Spook. Spook's going to throw smoke to give himself a bit more space, but the tag of the op and the flames at his feet enough to take him out. A clutch for the Portuguese.
He might have some timing. Andu is not even considering looking behind towards CT. This smoke might be a good cover, but Kakanito might have the angle. Oh, now that's going to be a sound cue. There is another smoke for the angle, flashing out. Kakanito dodges, but the cross has not taken place quite yet. Ars Dodge is onto side. ICHE, that's going to be a Kakanito. No!
What?
Survives to 9 HP now, going for the defuse. They need to spray down, and the Tech9 gets the job done. BC.Game, even at the half with OG, as we will be back after a short break with the second pistol round. And we are back with the second pistols of map 1 between BC and OG. And first pistol round was a B rush, and now OG seems to be heading towards A right away.
No waiting around for BC.Game as Canito. Ooh, that is
Gonna flash! That was a team flash!
Everyone's blind there in that fight, but that doesn't stop Kakanito from getting more. The ace gets stolen by Nexa, but the 4K is well and truly his. The North Macedonian fragging out in the pistol. What a start. Bang.
I don't even know how to feel about.
That's a hard read. That's a hard read, by the way. That's
It's also a hard
BC.Game
outclass.
going. Yeah, but that's BC.Game just very much counting on OG to go for that pistol round. That was a very well educated guess, and the rewards are there. Pistol round for BC.Game. Again, by the way, second one.
Simple. Didn't get too curious in mid. Still there. With an opportunity to turn around. He waits for Kakanito's contact. This is very, very slow from OG. Waiting for someone to get overly curious.
It's a pretty common mid setup against pistols. It's gonna be a bit more fluid. Simple. Curious enough to check tunnels twice.
And they're coming towards them.
Another 4K.
They're ready for it. Simple gets the first one. Down half HP. Can he control the second? Just double. And now Kakanito will fall to the long distance clock. And Andu will get the job done with the M4A4. Actually, he's gonna go for the nice straight. Full confidence. You know, he dropped the M4A4 before going for it. That's 100% confidence.
That was some good commitment there.
Would you have done the same? Or would you
Absolutely
have
not. Absolutely not. I'm still even unable to hit that window jump. I've also never really practiced it. Maybe I should, because I do play mid quite often. But well, mid in a position and mid in quality, I'd say.
Well, I like the self burns. So this is good.
Yeah, just get it out before you can get it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, wait. Pause. Simple's got the op. We only needed to win 15 rounds for it.
Well, it's here now.
It's better late than never.
Yeah, and it's looking like it's not going to get a lot to do here at the start. It's a very passive A setup. And we're going to get some calls from Prime Taps. But his bomb site's under attack. Lots of rotates necessary from the CT side.
This is a very nice setup from OG, I have to say. I love their default. Look at their smokes. Not giving away too much information on either side. Yeah, okay, Spooky is going to take a bit of... Ooh, Andu might have the chance. I think he spotted there. I was just praising them not giving away any piece of information. Andu has what it takes. Spots the AK barrel.
How long is Spook going to sit there, though? Information's there. And OG didn't really bite. There's another one. Adam B to support.
Oh!
There's the crunch. Very well planned out. BC.Game taking their time on this CT side hold, not getting fooled by the initial line of smokes.
The bomb will get planted, though. What just happened? A spray galore through the smoke in the box. Nikodos barely gets away with 2 HP, and he will be the last man standing. And honestly, the chances of him winning this round are below 0%. If I could go for reverse chances of winning, that's what he has right now. The HE is flying to stop it. He's going down to 1 HP. He's somehow still standing and will get wallbang out of ticket box. That 1 HP damage from the HE was purely beautiful.
I saw Prime Taps have that Molotov. I was very much praying for an impact kill of that Molotov, but spray through the boards is just fine as well. BC.Game, that was really, really good. Actually, because, yeah, all those smokes landed. Prime Taps called out, like, yeah, there are smokes, and there weren't enough flashbangs to really fool it. And who getting that information in middle, BC.Game being very patient. It was very nice CT round.
But last time they had a round advantage and they played versus Deagles, they got stomped. So let's see if this time the op will make a bit of a difference, as Simple has the first opportunity to shoot. Prime Taps gets caught, Anna B. Is it happening? I hope not. Kakanito will get a double to kind of navigate a little bit of these issues. And yeah, it's Nikodos alone. Still hasn't managed to retrieve any weaponry from the ground. As I say that, he gets a nice headshot. Simple is very low. One bullet to the legs even would get the drop down. Nikodos is going to be patient. Hasn't even picked up the bomb quite yet.
He is very good with the deagle. Can't very much do this.
Back to back. Figuratively. No, literally. 50 seconds. Nikodos, obviously, he doesn't have the benefit of X-ray. That would be blatant cheating. But he will tap the bomb as he's still aware, trying to be aware of where he can find one. Simple will miss, and now he will die. That one bullet to the legs comes through. Another fake from Nikodos. Nexa has made his way to side. Nikodos, does he have the timing? I think it might be too late. No, it is not, as Nikodos clutches the round for OG, picks up the AWP, and BC.Game falter again.
At Fennec Fox again delivering some rabies to the side of BC.Game, foaming at the mouth here once more versus the Deagles. Oh my goodness.
It was beautiful, I have to say.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy that he can get away with that 1 versus 3 with the Deagle, and yet again it's a timeout now for BC.Game. This has got to get on your nerves, man. Second round, you get a good start after the pistol, and then lose versus Deagles again. Oof.
I mean, I called it. I have to say, I did call it, right? I said it. Last time they had a round advantage, played versus Deagles. But to be fair, this one was exclusively Nikodos. Let's go back to that. I mean, so beautiful way, so patient, by the way, to tap the bomb multiple times, you know, go for the kills, connecting with those phenomenal headshots. Truly a joy to watch is Nikodos. Simple has the op again, and that's going to be a beautiful flick through the wall to take out the opening kill. But look at Adam B elsewhere in ramp, going to have the first chance and will win the battle versus Zaza. Kanito, nice position, only good for one. Molly's flying in onto Andu, but he is safely for now in the connector. Nikodos picks up the op, drops down.
Finally, the CT fight. Simple, boom, and that's a third.
Lighting them up, it has the bomb, and that's going to be Spooky, the lurker. Last one standing, and he should probably be saving here. I don't think he's got a chance. He's already smoked off. Andu might have heard that. That's why he's calling for Simple, I think. No, never mind. But he will still take the duel, a bit of the high ground advantage, and BC.Game get to 10.
A lot better of a setup and impact out of Simple 3 kills. And that's better. That's better from BC.Game, right? It's a lot more comfort having a bit more money behind it to work after losing against those Deagles. Last half, it was, of course, 1 round earlier. But yeah, so a lot more comfort for the BC.Game side, and that Simple AWP up and running. Kakanito right next to him, a very solid rifler. As you can see, he's been having some great performances as well. He's been doing very, very nicely. Let's see what his past 3 months are looking like. 1.04. Just like pretty much the rest of the team. Hero AK on the Nikodos.
See, that's the problem. They needed 3 Deagles.
Well, it's 2 now.
Not enough, man. Kristen is on a Glock. You know what I'm saying? It's not quite. If it ain't broken, why fix it? I actually think they should just play Deagles exclusively at this point, on Mirage at least. Of course, I'm just joking, as OG is looking to cause some economical damage. Oh, Kakarito gets caught by a surprise boost there. Andu might have an opportunity to catch someone by surprise. Spooky is holding it. But it's gonna be the Glock up close, most likely finding someone through the smoke. Simple. Rare miss. Throws the smoke. He's not getting pushed because the incendiary was there to create some space between him and the T's. And they're exploding. Kakanito has a nice angle. Can he connect? Gets the first one. The second will not come through as Zaza from sight has to get one. Andu doubles up. And the T's are falling one after the other. Adam being Krisen. Final two on the deck. 11-7 in BC.Game. Sheep. This game was back and forth, as you mentioned, during the first half, but I would say it unfolds kind of like we predicted. A Mirage going in the favor of Simple Squad.
Not as a surprise, right? They've been winning this map in all the matchups that they've had versus OG. And if you look at the setup that is there from BC.Game, look at all the players and look at what maps they did like to play. I mean, Nexa with G2. Andu with Copenhagen Wolves. I think Copenhagen Wolves in that era that they played with Andu, Mirage was there in every single series. Or at least everyone that I watched, which was quite a lot. But yeah, there's a lot more comfort here on this map. And that felt a bit desperate from Krisen. Not sure if I'm a fan of that move, but gonna have to go for some magic plays when you're 7-11 down, although I don't think it's gonna be worth much more here for this round. Next, I get in the corner. Oh, wins that. We'll get traded.
2 kills to open up this round for Nexa as the action continues. Kakanito will find his second in. Aros Dodge has to go for a clutch. 1 versus 4. Gets one. Gets shot in the back of the head from ramp as Andu was on his tail. And 5 rounds to win the first map for BC.Game. And OG, I gotta say here, Sheep, I hope they've not given up completely and they're just thinking about Ancient and Nuke, because yeah, okay, you're probably the favorite for those 2 maps, especially for Ancient, but at the same time, if you want to be a team that will become a contender for the Major or for future tournaments, you need to be fighting it out on every single map.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a weak spot, this Mirage. They've beaten some great teams on this map, OG, but it is the punish pick onto them, and it is also one of the best maps of BC.Game, if not the best. So that is just, I think it's just a bit of a case of matchup scenario. Simple already back with the first. Looking to close this map out with OG at 7.
Spooky could have an opportunity here. Never mind.
Absolutely not.
The perfect angle. Yeah. Great positioning, and now 2-player advantage for the CTs. Andu pushes through the smoke. Flashes coming in will not get him. Nikodos, the only one that seems to find some success, gets one, gets taken out. Smoke behind Kakanito, who swings out, gets the control over Aros Dochin. Adam B alone on an island in ramp, gets headshotted off the map, and BC.Game win the first map in his best of 3 series.
That looked very, very solid, especially those CT side rounds, right? OG Absolutely. Were pretty much nowhere there in that second half, and even considering if you scrap away those 2 Deagle wins of OG and the subsequent rounds that they won because of it, there isn't much there for OG again here on Mirage. Well, they get it a bit closer than in the last ESL Cup match, but that was by some magic moments in a 1v3 clutch. All in all, OG were able, even with some mistakes, as the smoke missed. Andu gets a triple. As soon as Simple's on the op, that was pretty much closed case.
Well, we're gonna have to give the players some time to recompose, and let's see if OG can start mounting a comeback or a reverse sweep potentially coming up next with their map pick of Ancient, but that will take place after a very, very short break. See you then.
Damn, guys, we almost had this.
Thank God it's over.
Bored of endless matchmaking? Take your first step towards ECL, experiencing real strategies against teams of your skill. Learn more at fce.gg/ECL.
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it. The way you like it, oh, yeah, you like it. The way you like it now, yeah, you like it. The way you like it, oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. The way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
And welcome back, dear viewers, to this very back and forth game for ESL Challenger League Season 50 between BC.Game and OG. Sheep, we saw Mirage first half was so competitive, second one not so much, but that is all history compared to what we have ahead of us right now on Ancient.
A map where BC.Game have been doing slightly better, at least, in the recent matchups, but the most recent game that we've had versus OG, it was a resounding 13-6 victory for the OG squad. That does, for now, we've been following the script with Mirage going back the way of BC.Game and now Ancient. So Nuke was the map where both teams have won once in the head-to-heads. This is the second time we're going to meet on Ancient. I do think BC.Game will make it a lot closer here, especially if they continue their pistols.
Yeah, so far 100% win rate for in pistol rounds in this series, but it will be a different can of worms here. As first map they started on the T side, we saw how strong their Glocks were. This time, it's going to be OG going for a fast push. And they did get shot down in red pretty well by Kakanito last time, and they might be getting red again. Look at it, 4 players on the B side here for BC.Game.
These opening fights going to matter a lot, and it's simple to take the first. Andu does get wrecked, but Kakanito.
Smoke's gonna stop the push. They're retreating. They're going through Donut. They're already in Donut. Nexa has to give up the A bomb site, and I think the bomb should get down unless Nexa might go for some crazy play. No, they're going back again. Spooky called the rotation, has the B bomb site, and look at OG back and forth and back again, coming in to get the bomb down. Spooky swinging out, wants to get the duel. A nice headshot onto Kakanito. That's a double kill. Zaza falls as well, and Simple only 1 kill going his way before he gets obliterated as Spooky is going for a full ace in this round.
Nexa is next victim. The reload peak is in. Nexa is going to try and avoid Spook as much. They want to
Gets it.
They want him to get the ace. And well, all 5 one-upping Kakanito on the previous map. It's going to be OG with the pistol. A bit of back and forth running there in the middle of the round, but all in all, pretty damn good setup in Spook. Well, delivering the headshot is very, very clean stuff. I think 2 bullets per player maximum.
Yeah, so the 100% pistol dropped to 66% as BC.Game lost, but what a call from OG to go to A in, I think that was correct, but then, having the presence of mind to retreat and go back to B was the cherry on top of that round.
Yeah, I still think, but probably if they would have committed still to the A bomb side, I think that would have been fine.
I agree.
Wouldn't have been too bad, but this had a bit of a higher win percentage as Krizen's going to go forward. No Deagles here yet, and he does turn around to check Kakanito. So let's see how many kills these MAC-10s can get. Let's see what the eco can do for OG. Is Simple going to be enough on this map with the AWP? I do think so. T-side op, or well, CT op and T-side op. Both can be quite impactful here.
What do you mean by he's going to be enough? Like, what exactly are you trying to find out?
I mean, in general, OG have the better squad for Ancient, right? The opposition that they've beat on Ancient is pretty high up there. But the thing is, like, it's the baselines for both teams. OG is higher, right? But Simple, he can change games. I don't know if it's going to be enough. But we'll have to wait and see. Currently sitting on 2 kills. The only 2 for his team, by the way, in these first 2 rounds.
If you want me to make a prediction, I think OG is winning this map. Like, if that's the question, I think Simple will have impact. But no, I don't think it will be sufficient for BC.Game to actually 2-0 OG in this matchup.
Was there a car honking outside at your place? Or did I just... or am I getting delirious?
It might have been.
I might go delirious, but I heard some cars honking in the background. Well, maybe someone sort of pre-celebrating this OG victory.
It's going to be a very nice peek for Andu. Flashed out, and he's going to get the opening one, taking out Nikodos, the star player for OG in map number 1, and look at Nexa. Oh, such a dirty position to play when you've got an M4A1. You know, that's one of the angles where you play, where you got like an SMG or a pistol. That's why he wasn't cleared. Now, Simple with the Deagle, playing behind the smoke. It's Andu and Kakanito getting a couple of sprays down in Simple. Oh, never mind. The Deagle is as good as a rifle.
Nasty. Oh, and his op now guaranteed for the upcoming round. That's why he stood on the Deagle, but isolated Nikodos very far away. All by himself on the B-bomb site, but some great aggressive play. And although it's changed the meta on Ancient, you know, previously the CTs would take mid control every single round. Now it's not that, like, that's not the meta anymore, but you still need to be aggressive as a CT side on Ancient, right? If you sit back and wait, you're gonna get stomped in most scenarios. But that was some good aggression, keeping BC.Game on their toes.
Andu? He's getting curious again this time. Not gonna find anything, and there was no flash to follow up, but Spooky seems to bear the potential of prime taps being there. Simple will find one opening to bring it back to an even 4 versus 4. And now the AK versus M4 spray down. We know which one that favors, but okay, he's gonna get out. But look at Kakanito. He might have an opportunity here to catch someone by surprise.
Spook is looking for it, but Kakanito plays this very well. Not willing to face forward too quick. And he covers the rotation. Now he's going to move forward. Spotted one already. Needs a couple of kills here. Well, at least one. He knows that one is in cave. Locks him in now. Nikodos can be the only one to oppose this defense, but it's Simple with some nice flicks. A triple in this one. 7-1 his scoreline. And he needs to make it a 4K to tie it up. Spook versus Simple. Dodges the flash. And the shot's there. Of course it is. Well, is Simple going to be enough? As of yet, very much yes. 8 kills in 4 rounds. 2 wins for BC.Game.
Yeah, he's got a 4K. Very nice there. He's standing his ground on the site. Thankfully, he managed to find all those kills because the rest of the squad was caught by surprise, fully flashed. Both of them dying right away on that opening. But that's going to allow BC.Game to start playing versus a no-buy here and maybe farm some of these kills for extra money.
Or farm some of these deaths. These Glocks got like 2 or 3 kills last time as well. Simple wants to rub it in with the Deagle. For any casual viewers, this is, if you look at the player lineup of BC.Game, this is the scoreline you would imagine, with Simple on 9 kills, next closest on 4, and then a 0 and a 1 in there. Yes. For all the casual, in reality, the Riflers have been stepping up a lot for BC.Game, have been the deciding factor in playing very well in some wins, but yeah, this is about what you would expect. It's Kakanito. Going to be the first phase of aggression. That is a Molotov.
What just happened?
Adam, he doesn't give a damn. What a headshot.
What, my god.
Oh,
running through the fire.
What a
Could have
gap.
a chance here to catch Andu. Andu with a flash in hand. It was a smoke actually, but he kills the kill. Prime tap very deep towards the T-base. He's gonna swing this. This is a random swing. He still finds Adam B, who was low in HP from that molly in mid. Aristotle picks up the bomb, and now it's a 2 versus 2 with 70 seconds left in the round. I think OG can slow this down, and that's what they're doing. They don't want to get too hot on their feet.
Simple's the only one with util. If OG decide to wait way longer, that Molotov in a retake or potentially on a plant could very much disrupt this attack. But the attack has already been disrupted. Prime taps going from 0 frags to a massive play here in round 6. Nexa looking to waltz in.
I just complimented them for, being patient, and Nexa thought he might have a timing. If he was maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds slower, it would have worked out. Now Simple will have to consider, do I want to clutch? He's going to hold, waiting to see if anyone's going to give them an inch, but so far it does not seem to be the case. Simple will be going back to save the op, and that's going to be OG winning their first full investment in round number 6.
Yeah, he would have had enough to buy the op, but then the rest of his team would be back to
skint
MP9s or UMPs. I'm seeing a lot more of the UMP recently. I say a lot more just in general.
Yeah, I feel
not as bad as 2018, but
since the MP9 nerf, I feel like the UMP sometimes just feels like it's running better. Simple will find Aros Doce, who is trying to hunt him down. But yeah, I agree. I agree with myself on the fact that I actually think the UMP is...
That's a good thing.
I know some people that disagree with themselves.
Yeah. The UMP, he had his shine. Had its shine, right? It's had its moment, but I see the MP7 a lot more now as well. I'm yet to see it more often in pro play. Hasn't been adopted that much, but Chris J used to be a very fond MP7 user.
And
back
for the
when he was
viewers at
playing.
home, for the casual viewers at home, this was not the most random shout from Sheep, is because Chris J is the same nationality as Sheep. Don't worry, guys. He didn't just randomly think of Chris J and give us
I was
random
thinking
fact
of the
about him.
MP7, mostly. I condemn the rest, but nice boost up. Kakanito is going to commit to this, but catch so much flack for his troubles. 3 HP before this round's even started.
That's a lot of damage. Spooky with the Mac-10. They're walking in, they're storming onto the side. The Mac-10 will fall, but Adam will double up and get on side. Zaza gets a kill, and it's nice smoke wall. Quite hard finding here for OG to get on side, but Kakanito is on their tail. He's gonna find the planter right away. Easy, Kakanito. Gets the kill. Aros Doce swings out. Oh, it wasn't clean, but it did happen, and now Chris alone, 1v4, dies to Zaza, and that was a round. Yeah,
That was brilliant.
Definitely a round. Great from BC.Game. I'm not sure what the call was there for OG. That's why I'm confused.
I don't think they could have done much more with the start of their round here. They're just committed to a quick default towards B. Krisen didn't really want to challenge that smoke into middle. That gave Kakanito a bit of a spot to work with, but he thought, well, I'm 3 HP, might as well push this smoke. And he gets still 2 kills afterwards, so great job by the North Macedonian. I mean, he's delivering on Mirage as well. He can deliver a lot of impact, which is very nice to see.
4-3, potentially 5-3 score for BC.Game, unless some disgusting shenanigans would take place this round. And looking at how BC.Game is performing, Sheep, and how successful they are on the CT side, how many rounds would you like to see from them on the CT side of Ancient to consider a potential victory on this map?
I don't think a 7-5 would be enough. Of course, a lot can happen with breaking the economy potentially in the second half. But yeah, for now, it's looking very, very dominant from BC.Game. And I'd say as many. I think 8 rounds isn't too ridiculous of a shout.
Oh, I was thinking 9-3. I think they need 9 to kind of not guarantee themselves, but feel confident that they can win sufficient rounds on the T side, even if they don't convert the pistols. That's the number I had in mind.
All right. Yeah, I think, well, with the 9-3, I'd say you pretty much have to win at that point. Now, 9-3s aren't set in stone on Ancient. It is a pretty common comeback map. Bit like, it's not as extreme as Anubis was way in the beginning when it just got released. Saw some ridiculous comebacks there, but I, for one, am glad that that map is not in our pool anymore. Full mid control for BC.
Nice angle from Simple. Spooky would have never expected the EWP to be there, but Simple gets caught. There's nobody holding the entrance, and that's why he will give away his life, give away the side. Ando will fall, and the bomb gets planted. It will have to be a 3 versus 4 retake, and Nexa is already down to half HP. Will swing out with the AK-47, gets the first kill. Stands his ground, goes for the second, but Nikodos will get it. You now expect 2 players coming in from Cave. Smoke out, flash, jumping onto side. Kakanito made his way in. Arasdoce.
Ooh. That was very close. That might have gone wrong. It's Prison on the flank, and Prime Taps looks away right before he peeks. OG looking for those quick jabs and managed to score one to the jaw of Simple, especially on that B bomb side. Pretty quick in. Didn't expect 2 players to dry walk in, but Ersdoce goes unnoticed. Of course, team member of SAW back in their IEM Cologne run when they made the semi-final.
Tactical timeout.
Yeah, I mean, 9-3 isn't possible anymore, so I don't want to have a bit of a chat about it.
The dream is gone, guys. It's GG's. We're going map 3 confirmed.
Yeah, that actually does sound very possible at this point. I mean, we already talked about it, right? My prediction still is OG in 3. BC.Game are playing in a way that I do slightly doubt myself in that prediction. They're playing pretty good Counter-Strike.
Look at the utility. It's not looking too hot for BC.Game. In Kakanito and Ando only with the smokes left already. Just the smokes left, I mean. Flash out. They'll try to catch Nikodos. They will get a kill. The second will go in Ando's favor, but Adam B will bring it out to even nice Molly coming in from Simple. And this early aggression from BC.Game has paid off successfully, but look at Krisen. Kakanito is very aware though. He's going to go to Red Room and finds the kill. My goodness. A 6th sense from the North Macedonian player now. Arsdoce.
Krisen, a bit overzealous, sprinting into Red Room. And Kakanito again with a flank. Don't think Arsdoce got it here, but it would be the second 1v3 for OG.
He's going to clear the corner first. Nexa wins the duel, and that's clean. 6-4 BC.Game with a nice goal from Nexa to go for that early aggression. They have done it a few times at first just with Ando by himself, but now doubling up and then more utility flying in from Simple's AWP side. Very, very good start to the round for BC.Game, and 6-4. I mean, they need at least 7, right? They need to at least lead at the half.
Yeah, they probably will, especially now with just that single AK. But that is some good setup plays, right? When the defaults,
they're rushing. They're not. Never mind.
When the defaults kind of collapse, that's when you see some mistakes be made from BC.Game.
Like this one?
Like this one.
Or like this one?
That's 2 entry kills already. Simple needs to step it up now, but he can from this angle. That's the first already. And now more to come. Just keep feeding the beast. The Tech 9, though, fighting back. He needs to do it all by himself. Oh, no. That's so damn close. But the Glock from Krisen is enough to take him out. And
look, I'm not the most toxic person, but I have to say, at that round, if I'm Simple, I'm struggling to not say anything about how the round unfolds. Bro killed 4 players, 3 with the AWP, 1 with the P2000, and he almost won the round. Nobody else in his team did anything.
That is pretty damn dicey.
He's also 18-3, by the way. I know you highlighted when he was, what, 8-1 or 9-1, and the rest of the squad had 0 and 1 kills.
More extreme now.
What are we doing, chat? I'm sorry. Now he doesn't have money for the AWP. He's looking around like, what am I doing? And he's gonna go for the weapon he, I guess, debuted with in that quarterfinals match versus the Mongols of the Major, the Max 7. Like, what are we doing? Like, Nexa, sell your skins, buy this man an AWP, give him the M4. I don't understand what we're watching right now.
He's gonna get a 4K again.
Trust.
Also, OG haven't gone to the A bomb site once this entire half, and this round isn't looking any more likely that they actually will.
Kakanito could get caught in mid. He's playing behind that wall of smoke. He's holding the angle, getting sprayed down, and Kristen just shuts him out. 5v4, early lead for OG.
I mean, the defense on B hasn't been solid enough that OG are forced to go to different angles. Well, the advantage within about a second or two is flipped. Elsochi's making noise. Swag 7. Oh, gets 180'd. Not the one-shot kill that he wanted.
Not the 4K that you predicted either. That's going to force out Nexa for rotation. Ando is falling back. That means he's going to have a long-range duel with the MP9. It has to be Prime Taps. Adam B will walk into his crosshair. Good kill. Prime Taps holds the position. Nice ding. Headshot from Spooky. Ando still has a very strange angle. I don't even know what that angle was, I'll be honest. But that's a nice kill for Spooky. Doubling up on the site. He needs to go back for the bomb, though.
And this FAMAS looking mighty powerful against the HP still left on OG. Bomb retrieval mission somewhere between the rocks there. Can the Frenchman do it? Been the butt end of a lot of jokes in his time in G2. He's gonna get shut down now. Oh, that went quite quick and a bit more equal of a half than expected. So we're gonna head in for this halftime break. We'll see you when half 2 starts.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of ain't it Beijing, man, ain't know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. It's life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just just to live his life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live his life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live his life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could light the hood. I need a brown skin.
We are back with the Nexa and the French lesson for Sheep. The one and only Frenchman apparently on the BC.Game roster. Thank you for highlighting of this citizenship change for him. But no,
I do apologize. Got my nationalities wrong there.
He played for G2 French lineup, but let's talk about the second pistol. You know, identical to what we saw in Mirage's 6-6 scoreline at the first half, and then BC.Game ended up running away with that first map. This time they will continue on the T side, so let's see if they can have similar levels of success.
Let's see util available. It's gonna be Nexa throwing it out. Pretty obvious what the plan is here. And a pretty obvious one tap there from Adam B onto Andu. Falls first, and what a shot before the fadeaway. Well, playing a retake setup, but starting with a 2-man advantage is going to make it a lot easier for you.
Simple and Nexa.
Oh, wow.
Playing that nice edge angle, he could find a kill. Flash off the angle, Simple gets the second, and that's nice double from Prime Taps. Still fighting, holding his ground, and now Kristen needs to get some assistance from Nikodos, who will come in time to find a nice USP kill, but Zaza and Simple. 3 + 2 = 5, and that's all BC.Game needed to get the pistol victory.
I have not seen that boost often. It's brilliant that it works instantly. I mean, you start this round in a 3v5. Yeah, they go for the retake, but before they can even get going, it's Prime Taps and Simple who've already taken 3 scalps. And not much more to do there for OG. What a lovely pistol round, and they keep it at 100.
Yeah, starting the round with 2 players into the advantage, very impressive from them. And now, look at this investment. They got double AK-47, double MAC-10, and a Galil. Meanwhile, this is, we're gonna call this the train. Is Kakanito gonna be able to take control of this train and line him up? He's going for it. It's Nexa getting one, and now Kakanito will go for the spray and pray, connecting to a couple, and a third. Nikodos, though, with the Deagle, we know how dangerous he can be, punishes Simple for notching his angle, but the USP for Kakanito, and that's a 4K to get the second on the board.
Pretty hefty bonk there out of Kakanito. They're starting to crawl back a bit. No one's still within 10 kills of our Kidia player to watch. But that's why he was our player to watch. Instant smoke lined up for Nexa. And let's see if these rifles can offer some resistance on the side of OG. Oh, full spray through the smoke, and yet again goes down before ever seeing a fight.
Yeah, Nikodos doesn't have the questions, he has the answers. As he's been slightly more quiet compared to map 1. It's been Spooky actually leading the charge for OG so far with 14 kills. BC.Game, a pretty strange default round, losing 1 player in mid and 4 towards B, have yet to find any success. Never mind.
Things traded. But one guy had the AK. I was going to trust Kakanito now with the Kalashnikov as Simple moves back down to the Galil. Just a straight up pause.
They've not shown anything towards the A bomb site.
Yeah, again, that side of the map has just been invisible to us this entire game thus far.
Good molly, pushes Crizzen off the angle. Couple more pieces of utility flying in, smokes off Crizzen. This position will not get spotted with prime taps. Has to throw a molly. It's not going to reach all the way to Nikodos, who can still see the cross if needed, but goes for the full spray down, and prime taps will fall. Player advantage for OG, 15 seconds to go. They need to commit, and they need to do it now. Kakanito will die. Nikodos reloads, swings out. Nexa finds one, but Simple with 19 HP, and the Galil will run away, not giving his life to the CTs.
Counter-terrorists win.
They just didn't deal with Nikodos on long. That Molotov didn't spread too far, and then as soon as they finally have someone to trade, it is Nexa that gets killed by Erzoche just sliding through a smoke. Yeah, that was when the plan, exactly what I mentioned in the first half. That's sort of the scenario where the plan from BC.Game kind of falls apart, where as soon as you're stuck in that 4v4 mid-round, you kind of see him going like, is this actually what we want to do? And that's when you see some lines uncovered, some things unconsidered, and that's when they lose, right? BC.Game's basics are very clean, but as soon as you make it a bit more dicey against them, that's when it's either simple or bust for BC.Game.
They called a tactical timeout now, so hopefully they have something in store for us in this coming round, because they went for a full purchase. Double P250 and 2 Galils and a single AK for Kakanito. If they lose this one, they will not only lose their lead, but they will start falling behind potential.
Yet again, not able to commit instantly, as all the util is by the book. Nexa will gladly take this space. Andu probably doesn't want to go first anymore, as he's been the first victim 3 times in a row now. He's the one on the P250 for now as well. Straight through a smoke. Nikodos.
Overconfident there.
I'd like to call it ballsy. As Simple chimes in with one out of the Galil. More fights happening in cave there. Nexa versus Crizzen. And Crizzen just stares at the wall, expecting a flashbang to come in.
Adam B gets out, finds his second kill of the round. Going for one more would be amazing. Andu has a FAMAS. I don't know if the spray down of FAMAS is that good. No, it is not. The AK-47 of Adam prevails as he gets a hat trick and evens out the score 8-all.
Is this the end of the run on Ancient for BC.Game? Like, how much more can they do? But they can try the A-bomb site. We haven't seen it yet, but... back on the Deagles.
Could be this round. They don't have too much to play with, so why not go for something else, right? We see already 4 players heading that way. And they're not going mid. I mean, they might be going mid. They've turned around, as I said they weren't.
Don't see OG making mistakes here. They've been pretty good against the pistols thus far in their last couple of months, and well, that continues now. They haven't lost that many force buy rounds or conversions. I think Furia, currently of the top 30 teams, is still rocking the highest conversion rate, if I remember correctly. I think G2 is quite high up there as well, or it was the other way around, that G2 is up there and Furia somewhere near. But it's OG in the lead, 9th on the board. Spook has him lined up for him.
Nine 8. And the AWP is finally coming out on the T side in this series. We haven't seen it a single time on the T side of Mirage. but we will get some action from it right now. No AWP for the CTs though. Andu's feet are burning and so is Kakanito. Both below half HP. Krisen comes out. He can't really connect with the bullets there. He's really struggling, but he will find the double. Now running away. Nobody's pushing through the smoke to get behind him. There's also been some inverted here swapperoonies. Nikodos has swapped places with Nexa. Kakanito seems to be aware and he's gonna punish that Simple with a second out. Nexa ahead of everybody else. He is the one surprise element. Doesn't matter. Simple just gets the kills.
Again, so much impact. It's just he's back to his mistakeless self on that AWP. You know, at some point, especially on that time on phase, there were some moments where you're looking at it, it's like, okay, not sure if he hits this, but for now, I think I've seen him miss 2 op shots, maybe 2 or 3, where we've been on his perspective and he missed. All else has just been bang on. And it's very clean. Krisen doesn't have the time. It was a nice attempt from Krisen, but no more there. And Simple's just extending the gap between him and his teammates, isn't he?
I have to say though, I love that from Krisen that yes, he might have died to the bomb, but he found one more kill, which means the economy of BC.Game will struggle a little bit more as it goes on. Whereas OG, well, he can afford dying, Krisen right there, because they had about 6-7 average K in the bank. Yes, this one could be the last round where they invest, but that is also because Nikonos went for an AWP himself.
We haven't seen too many battles. It's mostly been off rhythm. These AWPs, that nade is brilliant. And thus far, Nikodos doesn't see anything yet through the smoke.
Simple. Slowly going up, zooming out. As you mentioned, Nikodos has moved away, so we will not get the battle just yet between these two. It's a bit of a pause from both sides, a very spread out default from BC.Game. They realize the importance of this round as either team winning here could break the economy of their opponents. Spooky. Ooh, Simple had a bit of a chance. Couldn't quite connect. That was a very tough shot to hit, even for someone like Simple.
Man like Simple. Probably more necessary now than ever in this map, as he needs to bring the advantage. 9-9 the score. Looking again to attack this B bomb site. The cave smoke clears, and that's going to be the cue from Kakanito to move forward.
Krisen versus Kakanito. This could make or break the round for the T's here. Kakanito is patient. The time is running out. 30 seconds. Andu is on site with the bomb. Adam B is ahead of the molly. They're not going to expect this position. Unbelievable flash coming in. Adam B cannot find a second though. Next up down to 12 HP. Nikodos though will use the AW to find an opening. Krisen with a second. It's going to have to be Nexa and Simple, the two most experienced players on the roster, going for the clutch. The bomb is dropped. 10 seconds. The time is clicking. Simple gets one in a 1v2 clutch. Time's running out. Saves the op. Runs away. Can he stay alive? No, he cannot, as Spooky catches the retreat. And he will save an AK? No, he needs the op. He gets the op. BC.Game. They almost clutched that, kind of?
What in the world is Under doing there? Why? There's no smoke long. There's no Molotov in the corner. Before he decides to just bolt it into cave, you see him eyeing the corner, ready to peek it. At that point, the flashbangs come in, and he just gets men in blacked. He just gets wiped and just forgets that that corner exists, drops the bomb straight into the hands of Krisen in cave. That was a horrendous play.
And they're forcing BC.Game. They didn't even get the plant down. They had no money. This could, I mean, this is very costly, but it could even cost them the map if they cannot convert with this one. And I'll be honest, it looks highly unlikely, unless they maybe surprise Krisen, who went for the MP9 thinking that he will be facing exclusively pistols.
Yeah, but OG, they're going to keep it so tight together. Andu has a chance to make wrongs right. But he just gets slapped again, opening death number 4 or 5 now. For Andu. Gonna get simple on the lurk. But a nice internal clock from the Portuguese guy.
The angle has been giving up. As I say that, never mind it. We have both Spooky and Adam B rotating to A. Kakanito. Smoke is going. We can see in an amazing radar the timing of the smoke dissipating, and that's going to be perfect for Kakanito to keep on walking. Adam B is holding the position. Spooky sees Simple. Nice, easy, clean headshot. Simple, by the way, got a ding with the Galil onto Spooky. We have Prime Taps. Getting the kill with a P250. Kakanito swings out, gets the kill. Adam B didn't turn fast enough, and now they have the site to themselves. Nico Dolls only has the donut in the op.
No way, the P250 gets the kill into Donut.
This is not a safe plant. He needs to go down. Bomb gets down. Nexa has to hold the position with the Galil. Close corners. Prime Taps tries to distract the CT. Swings out. Nexa gets the kill with the Galil. It's a 2 vs 1. They're overwhelming Nico Dolls in BC.Game. The desperate force buy works out in their favor.
I think that's the first round that BC.Game win without Simple getting a kill. And what a moment to do it. First round fought out on the A bomb site. It goes the way of BC.Game. Oh my days. That was pure chaos. So much out of that P250 from Prime Taps. Getting 2 kills with it. Making it worth it. And look what that has done to the economy of OG.
Sheep prediction. Is Simple getting 30 or not?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In regulation, yes.
Yeah, of course. The molly didn't connect, but Andu is aware. Andu's holding it. Andu has the Mac 10. He's got to farm some extra dollars. Andu popping off with the Mac 10, actually. He needs this kill for some confidence boost. He's had a few rough moments, especially on this map, but he wasn't that far behind, right? Before these 2 kills, 10 and 16, not the worst scoreline.
No, that's true, but also in pretty much all of the important rounds this half, he's died first. So it's good to see him get back on track. With a couple of the Mac 10 kills. Simple just lets his teammates solve it. And maybe now it'll be a bit more difficult to get 13 in regulation, but BC.Game do what they need to do, keep it clean, and win the follow-up round. Now, OG still pretty damn broke after these weapons have been bought in. So 12, if now taken by BC.Game, is going to put OG in a very comparable position as the highlighted round we now see.
Sheep. Andu could not retrieve the rifle dropped by his teammate when falling, so this has forced Nexa to actually purchase something. I'm not entirely sure. The point is they kind of wasted a bit of the economy there. That's why Nexa is on a Galil only. But at least there is no AWP for Nico Dolls. So if you're a BC.Game fan, you should be rejoicing because he has been very impactful the few times he's had it this half.
But he hasn't had it a lot, has he?
No, of course.
Double setup here.
Nexa spots it.
That's pretty much enough already to deal with it. Walk up middle. BC.Game keeping a lot of their options open. Don't want to take unnecessary risks, take some space that may or may not be there. It's going to be Prime Taps on the lurk in A main, but he's also coming back as the bomb gets picked up, and we're looking at a full cave attack. Both teams are very respectful.
Yeah, BC.Game would love to win this in a 2-0 fashion. Proper payback for that series a couple of weeks ago in Group 1 of Challenger League. They're setting up for this big bomb site. Again, still nobody going A, and this is the correct call. Krisen is alone. He needs some assistance, and he needs it right away. He also has to do something to stay alive. Drops down, makes the sound cue. Kakanito, easy find for him. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan was there for Krisen.
I mean, just take the fight and try and win it. Andu plant not covered. It's just 6 seconds left. They should be able to get this bomb down. There's not that much of a threat of the HEs. One does hit, but bomb does go down. So much more time saved, but Simple posted up on the bomb site. Nikodos mows down 2, gives Spooky a chance, but Prime Taps quickly takes that away. It is indeed the 12th round. OG rotate away from B, leaving Krizen out to dry. Out to die.
Nikodos almost made it by himself without the AWP. He was coming into the site, relentless pressure. Now they need to call a tactical timeout in around 23 because they have no more money on the side of OG. They want to fight for OT. They want to take us to a 12-12. But what is it that they're going to have as tools to make it happen, or at least attempt?
Apparently a Mag 7 and a couple of SMGs. That's not really what you want to be counting on in a do or die round. Nikodos is able to get a FAMAS out, but all arrows are pointing at a BC game win here. There's going to need to be some big risks taken from OG, some big gambles onto what bomb site, how fast they're going to rotate. Are you going to push this A main avenue? All of the nades
Krizen
rolling in, undoing Krizen.
He had a chance, he could have shot there. Obviously, risky to not give away your position. The bomb gets planted. It will be a 5 versus 5 retake. Nexa flashing every single corner. That was more to see if he can tag someone. Nobody was there. Prime Taps. Easy kill onto Krizen. Nikodos swings out, and they're all going in favor of BC.Game. It's Adam B in a 1 versus 3. MP9, 35 HP in the corner, and BC.Game will most likely get this final kill, which means they will win 2-0 victory. Unless Adam B... Adam will not be.
No. Very fitting for Simple to close out that game. 28 kills for our Arcadia player to watch, and that is a 2-0 for BC.Game, the second 2-0 versus OG, and the repercussions for OG, this is them again very early on in an ESL Cup going into the lower bracket. This tournament has just been not for them.
But BC.Game on the other side will continue their campaign, and honestly, what a boost of confidence it must be for them. Whatever they've been doing in practice since that 2-1 loss versus OG a couple of weeks ago has definitely been paying off dividends. Ship, you mentioned even in other tournaments they've had great showings, and right now defeating 13-6 I think? The reverse scoreline from what we saw 2 weeks ago on Ancient. Very, very good from BC.Game, and yes, it was on the back of a monstrous Simple performance, but hey, he's part of the team.
You got him.
So that means his team is playing better, yeah.
That's why I got him. It is something that I do think BC.Game, one thing that is nice from series like this is you can still win, but still learn from your mistakes, right? It's not that the mistakes that, I mean, Andu had a couple of stinkers there in the second half in terms of picking opening duels, and twice, well, here you see it on the replay, just bolting into cave with the bomb. I mean, those mistakes, they're gonna cost you some games. They've been very lucky thus far to have that not be the case, but I think if you're BC.Game looking forward, you're gonna either have to fix that with the players you're with now, or maybe make a change, because this is not going to be enough to break through into that top 20, because those mistakes, they're going to cost you games. Now, Simple's dropping 28, so you can get away with it, but that is something that I do think BC.Game still needs to keep in mind, and I think they of course are. But yeah, a great win. This side of the bracket actually isn't looking too strong anymore. You have Nemiga and 9 still left. ESC is, by the way, now looking to beat Nemiga.
That's surprising. 100%.
Yeah, so this side of the bracket isn't looking that strong anymore. Pretty much the only real opposition in there, maybe Sangal. But yeah, I think the winner of now, well, BC.Game, they can make quite a deep run again in this tournament. OG will have to fight through the trenches, Vlad.
Absolutely. Well, it was a great showing from, the man of the hour, of course. And, you know, no matter how much we want to put it, oh, the team is playing better, OG might have struggled. It was a simple show, right? It was an absolute masterclass. Of course, Kakanito had great moments, especially on Mirage, where I think he actually did top frag in the end of Mirage. But with that performance for the second map, it is justified for us to have called him as our Kidia player to watch at the beginning of the series.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise. It's the reason you watch, and that was the case for us as well. And I very much have enjoyed it. We'll be back on stream tomorrow for the upcoming future rounds. But BC.Game moved through. OG back to the lower bracket, and yeah, this tournament, as said, not been for them.
Absolutely. Well, as always, a pleasure to be here for ESL Challenger League alongside you, Sheep. A phenomenal performance for both teams, and I cannot wait to see how far in the tournament either of them will make it. But I've got my fingers crossed for a great BC.Game run. Like you mentioned, we will be back tomorrow with more Challenger League action, just the two of us. Thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned to the ESL Twitch channel for more Counter-Strike content. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
The day is ours and we seize it. Haters, man, they got reasons. Grab the moment, we freeze it. Go to the touch, oh, what a rush. Follow your heart, homie, go where the love. Let it rain, let it flow, let it flood. Swimming in good vibrations. It's a celebration, it's the liberation of everything we are. Every time you in the clouds, they gon' try to bring you down. Do not let them just go ahead and get it, get it, get it, get it. Every time you in the clouds, they gon' try to bring you down. Do not let them just go ahead and get it, get it, get it, get it. I'm all in, I'm here to receive it. No limits, got to believe it. Amen, I know that you feel it. From the ashes, rise like a phoenix. I'm all in, I'm here to receive it. No limits, got to believe it. Amen, I know that you feel it. From the ashes, rise like a phoenix.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, Kidia, and 1xBet.